So, who or what has influenced your thinking or practice?
A lot of Yukon elders have influenced when teaching, watching how they teach, which is very different. I'm thinking specifically sort of hand games. Mm-hmm. They were teaching teachers. And teachers like you to be like, this is hand games, break it down into steps, explain each step in order. And that is not what the elders did. They're like, let's just play. Yeah. You'll learn by doing it. Yeah. And some of the teachers got up and didn't want to play. They're like, I don't understand what's going on. And you could see the anxiety in these teachers. And I'm like, that's what students who are used to just observing first.
Mm-hmm. That's what I experienced in Nunavut, and I had an elder there kind of explain it. Like, my Inuit students, culturally, they learn by watching. They watch, and they watch, and they watch. And then once they feel comfortable, then they're ready to jump in and give it a shot. So that's very different from what we do in, that traditional Canadian education system. But
so, elders and just First Nations around me. And in music, I would say recently there's been a shift, and there have been people that I've worked with that are, well known in the classical music sense that are coming, what do you want to get out? What do you want from me? Instead of, you're not giving me what I want. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? We got this group, this choir from Dawson and this choir from my school who've only sang together twice. I want them to love music. And then that well-renowned choral conductor is like, all right. And so there's been a shift in you know what do the students need? Because that's the most important.
Yeah. So how do you measure success or impact in your work? Is there an indicator that you have to say, yeah, this program was a success?
Well, interesting. I was doing a master's thesis, and I asked my admin, what is success in music from an administrator standpoint, and they said numbers. Oh. You have numbers. And since moving to a rock band program from a more traditional program, we quadrupled our numbers. So student retention. Music is an elective. You don't have to take it. And our program is after school, so it's competing against sports, jobs, childcare of younger siblings, all that other stuff. So having students show up consistently shows an engagement. And, we go on tour in the fall, and from the first show of the tour to the last show of the tour, the growth of... not that they're they can play a little bit better, but they're not as nervous.
Confidence,
Their team, the team of the band, they're working together. Their nonverbal communication skyrockets. They don't have to talk. They can know what to do. Problem solving goes up. So, I guess you can visually see that they're engaged. And they're like, I want to do this, and next time let's try this, and they want to innovate.
Awesome. What systems or policies have helped or hindered your efforts to innovate?
Well, no matter what you do as a teacher, if you are working within the colonial framework of the education system, time is always a barrier, because you need to put a mark on a page of a report card, which is supposed to indicate achievement at that snapshot of time. But you might not be done, and music skill is never done. So that is challenging, but I do have to say, in Yukon in particular, never have they ever said no on going to a trip.
That's awesome.
The education, the Department of Education encourages as much as possible. We're going to Calgary later on in the season, and everywhere we go every year, it's absolutely, let's go. My administration is go. get out of here.
That's
I
amazing.
sometimes do, 6 field trips a week in Yukon First Nation studies. Like, I'm not there. And last year I was even like, hello, I do work here, even though I'm never here. So I think having an administration that supports you makes my job of getting out of the school easier.
Nice.
I couldn't imagine being in other places. I know in cities where like you really can't leave your classroom. So it's also geographical location, administrative support, which comes also from Department of Education support.
Yeah. How do you address issues such as equity, inclusion, or sustainability?
Inclusion, although it's a rock band program, we sing Tagalog songs. A lot of the population of my school is Filipino, and although I don't know the words, I learn the pronunciation of the words and help with that, and having the kids know like